Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Wednesday officially launched his bid for a second term in office in the country's election. Al-Sisi registered himself as a candidate for the election, which is stated to be held in March, only a day after his main potential rival was arrested. Lieutenant General Sami Anan, a former military chief of staff, was arrested after the army accused him of breaking the law by running for office without permission. There have also been reports that the government has systematically killed off campaigns by other candidates before they even begin. Examples of measures that the government has taken to the same effect included media attacks, intimidation of supporters, and a nomination process stacked only in favor of al-Sisi. These have now raised speculations that the incumbent president is abusing his position to sideline rivals and thus increase his chances to win re-election.
When he finds someone who is more popular than him, and he has got a military background like Ahmed Shafiq or Sami Anan, he feels a real threat. And also that reflects that there is a division inside the military establishment, which is the ruling establishment in Egypt. This is something which Abdel Fattah al-Sisi would never accept. That's why he actually threatened Ahmed Shafiq until he withdrew. And when Sami Anan, the ex-chief of staff of the Egyptian army, refused to be intimidated, he just arrested him and accused him of a number of crimes as declared in the statement of the military establishment. So Sisi would never allow a real threat to come and have the election with him, because he will not allow anyone to risk.
Amnesty International has described the crackdown by the Egyptian government on Sisi's rival candidates was a brazen attack on freedom of expression and political participation. It has expressed concerns over what it has described as a growing number of candidates who have been arrested or convicted on fake charges by the government. Amnesty warned that the Egyptian government had become hell-bent on arresting and harassing anyone who stood against Sisi.
Sisi would never allow a real threat to come and have the election with him, because he will not allow anyone to risk. And one would wonder, actually, because the whole of the state of Egypt are helping the president and standing side by side with him, and they will fiddle the election anyway.
It appears that the Egyptian government has little concern that the world would not see the upcoming presidential election in the country as credible. There is already a consensus forming among analysts that the poll, which will be held in March, will be merely a show in light of efforts to eliminate potential powerful rivals.
He is exposed politically in front of the Egyptian people. There is an economic failure. He is living on donations from the Gulf states and external loans. Nobody would lend him now because Egypt is a failed state, and the Gulf countries said enough is enough, and they are not going to carry on pouring billions of dollars to a failing regime. So economically, politically, and popularity-wise, the regime of Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is losing. And actually, the regime is suffocating now, and he needs any helping hand to survive.
The way the government of President al-Sisi is treating the upcoming election is already adding to the poor record of human rights in the country. This could soon put Egypt in the spotlight of international organizations for a history of rights violations. Rights violations that many believe started in 2013, after al-Sisi used force to topple his democratically elected predecessor, Mohamed Morsi. And concerns are already rising that Egypt will sooner or later move toward the edge of a serious political crisis at a time that it requires stability more than any other time.